Students, after the complete explanation, theoretical aspect as well as the preparation of the special subsidiary book with the example I have been already explained to you. Now, we are going to solve the question for 12 marks. Here I am going to say one thing. From the examination point of view, this topic carries 25 marks. 1 mark 1 question, 6 marks 2 questions, 12 marks 1 question. And practical oriented question may not be for 5 marks. Then total marks concentrate on this topic is 30 from the examination point of view. So, while I am explaining the preparation of the said subsidiary books, the individual preparation of subsidiary books may be asked in the examination for 6 marks, particularly purchases book as well sales book. If the question has been asked for 12 marks, then student will be in a position to prepare all the 4 special subsidiary books, that is purchases book, sales book, purchases return book and sales returns book. With this problem, I am going to explain how to present the said special subsidiary books when the question has been asked for 12 marks. Here, I am going to explain the transactions which have been given in the problem and particular transaction where it should be entered. I am going to mention you after the transaction in short form. PB meant for purchases book, SB meant for sales book, PRB meant for purchase returns book and SRB is meant for sales return book. This should be followed by you very cautiously and carefully. Now, this question says to you, prepare purchases book, sales book, purchases return book, sales returns book from the following transactions. 2020 July 1st, bought from Gopi rupees 20,000 on credit. Bought from Gopi rupees 20,000 on credit. Date 4, Manu sold goods to us rupees 30,000. July 8, sold goods to Vani rupees 25,000. On 12th, returned goods to Manu rupees 2,000. Sold goods to Devi rupees 30,000. Devi returned goods rupees 4,000. Bought from Hari rupees 20,000 at a 20% trade discount. 24, returned goods by Vani rupees 2,500 and on 26 sold goods to Prem amounted to rupees 25,000. On 28 goods returned to Gopal rupees 1,200 and on 30th sold goods to Kiran rupees 10,000 at 5% discount. 31st, goods returned by Prem rupees 1,500. These are the transactions given to you. From these transactions, you have to prepare the said books, that is purchases book, sales book, purchases return book and sales returns book. Now I am explaining in detail where the transaction is going to be entered in which book particularly. I will take a first transaction, 2020 July 1st, bought from Gopi rupees 20,000 on credit. I mean, goods purchased from Gopi amounted to rupees 20,000. It is entered in purchases book. This transaction is entered in purchases book. Likewise, on 4th, Manu sold goods to us. I mean, we have purchased goods from Manu. This is the indirect transaction. Here, don't be confusion, dear students. When we have got the indirect transaction, then we should carefully read out and it should be entered in a right book, in a right subsidiary book. Manu sold goods to us. I mean, we have purchased goods from Manu. That's why this transaction is to be entered in the purchasers book. And on 8th, sold goods to Vani. The goods sold to Vani, this is the credit sales transaction. It should be entered in the sales book. And on 12th, returned goods to Manu. Returned goods to Manu. See here, on 4th, Manu sold goods to us. I mean, we have purchased the goods from Manu. When the goods have been returned to Manu, the transaction should be entered in the purchasers returns book. Purchasers returns book. 15th, sold goods to Devi. It is clear, goods sold to Devi on credit, the transaction should be entered in the sales book. On 20th, Devi returned goods rupees 4,000. On 20th, Devi returned goods rupees 4,000. I mean, we have sold goods to Devi. On 15th, the same goods have been returned by Devi. On 20th, amounted to rupees 4,000. This transaction should be entered in sales return book. Sales return book. Next, on 22nd, bought from Hari rupees 20,000 at a 20% trade discount. Here, the goods have been purchased from Hari, amounted to rupees 20,000, but he has been given a trade discount at 20%. This transaction, there is no doubt, it should be entered in purchaser's book. While entering the amount in purchaser's book, deduct the amount of discount from the total value rupees 20,000. I mean, 20% on 20,000 comes to 4,000. It should be deducted from 20,000. Net amount 16,000 should be entered in the purchaser's book. Next, on 24th, returned goods by Vani. Returned goods by Vani rupees 2,500. In previous date, we have sold goods to the Vani. Then on 25th, Vani returned goods to us. On 24th, Vani returned goods to us, and this transaction should be entered in sales returns book. This transaction should be entered in sales return book. On 26th, again sold goods to Prem, rupees 25,000 on credit. This is credit sales. It should be entered in sales book or sales journal. On 28, goods returned to Gopal. Goods returned to Gopal. Here, we have purchased goods from Gopal. Those goods are going to be returned to the Gopal. Rupees 1,200. It should be entered in purchases return book. This should be entered in purchases returns book. On 30th, sold goods to Kiran rupees 10,000 at a 5% discount. Here we have sold goods to Kiran on credit and Kiran getting the discount at the rate of 5%. This 5% on rupees 10,000 comes to rupees 500, and 10,000 minus 500, the net value amount 9,500 should be entered in the sales book. Entered in the sales book. And last 31st, goods returned by Prem rupees 1500. Goods returned by Prem rupees 1500. We have sold goods to Prem. Then on 31st, Prem returned goods amounted to rupees 1500. This transaction should be entered in sales returns book. Sales returns book. This is the detailed explanation regarding where the transactions are going to be entered in a right special subsidiary book. Now I am going to make the respective entries related to these transactions, and after entering the respective amounts in the amount column, we are getting the final solution, and that should be the answer to this question. So as I have clearly mentioned, first transaction should be entered in the purchasers book. Write the date on date column 2020 July 1st, amount is rupees 20,000. Write the name of the supplier Gopi, enter the amount rupees 20,000. Then on 4th, Manu sold goods to us. Purchased goods from Manu. It should be entered in purchasers book. Date 4, Manu rupees 30,000. And on 22nd, the goods bought from Hari amounted to rupees 20,000 at a 20% discount. It should be entered in the purchasers book Hari. The total amount mentioned in the transaction is rupees 20,000 minus discount 20% comes to rupees 4,000. The net amount is rupees 16,000. The total of a purchasers book comes to rupees 66,000. 66,000. In this way, we have to enter the transactions in the right subsidiary book. Next, I will take up a sales book. On sales book, on July 8, we have sold goods to Vani. This should be entered in the sales book. Write up the date. The date has been already wrote. Write the name of the customer, Vani, rupees 25,000. And on 15th, sold goods to Devi. Write out the name of the consumer, Devi, which is rupees 30,000. Then on 26th, sold goods to Prem, rupees 25,000. Write the name of the customer, Prem. Write the amount, rupees 25,000. And on 30th, goods sold to Kiran at 5% discount. Write the name of the customer, Kiran. Write into the bracket total value 10,000 minus discount at 5% comes to rupees 500. The net amount 9,500. Total of the sales book, the total comes to rupees 89,500. In this way, we have to prepare the sales book. Next, we have to prepare the purchases return book. Purchases return book. On July 12th, return goods to Manu. Before that, we have purchased the goods from Manu. On 12th, we have returned some amount of goods to the Manu. That should be entered in the purchases. That should be entered in the purchases book. That is rupees 2,000. Write the supplier name Manu, rupees 2000. On 28th, goods returned to Gopal. Then date 28, Gopal, the amount of goods returned, the value is rupees 1200. The total comes to rupees 3200. Next, last book is sales return book. Here we have already marked against the transaction where it should be entered or in which book it should be entered. On 20th, Devi returned goods amounted to rupees 4000. Write the name of the customer Devi and the amount is rupees 4000. Then on 24th, returned goods to Vani. Returned goods to Vani. When we have purchased the goods, sold the goods from Vani, Vani has been taken back the amounted rupees 2500 goods worth, that is to be entered in sales returns book. Customer name is Vani, amount rupees 2500. And on 31st, goods returned by Prem. The total value of the goods rupees 1500. This is the last transaction. It should be entered in sales return book. Write the name, customer's name, that is Prem. The value or the amount of goods returned is rupees 1500. Total comes to rupees 8000. In this easiest way, we have to prepare the said subsidiary books. This question carries 12 marks. Dear students, I think that this is one of the easiest topic to score in the examination. That's why you should be very cautious and you should give very importance to this chapter number 4, recording of transaction volume 2, because this topic given you 25 marks or 5 marks for practical oriented question may be, may not be. That's all. Now we shall move on to the preparation of proper subsidiary books for 12 marks question. I read out the problem first and again I am going to give the transaction will appear in which book in the short forms PB, SB, PRB, SRB. PB meant for purchases book, SB meant for sales book, PRB meant for purchases returns book, SRB meant for sales return book. This is for your kind information. Prepare proper subsidiary books from the following transactions. When the question is asked for 12 marks, there is no doubt you have to prepare 4 subsidiary book. Purchases book, purchases return book, sales book, sales returns book. 2020 January 1st, goods sold to Tara rupees 15,000. This transaction will appear in sales book. January 5, bought goods from Ravi Tej. Purchased goods from Ravi Tej amounted to rupees 7,500. When the transaction related to purchases, then you will enter it on purchases book. On 8th, purchased goods from Anil Traders, rupees 15,200. This is also the purchases transaction. It is also appear in purchases book. and 12 returned goods to Ravi Tej. On 5th, purchased goods from Ravi Tej due to damage, due to breakup, etc. The goods returned to Ravi Tej on 12th. This transaction will appear on purchaser's return book. On 15th, sold goods on credit to Anu, rupees 8,400. This transaction informs us clearly goods sold to Anu on credit. Hence, this transaction entered in the sales book. On 20th, returned to Anil Traders. See, on 8th January, purchased goods from Anil Traders, but on 20, the goods have been returned to the Anil Traders amounted to rupees 2,400. This will appear in purchaser's return book. And 23rd, sold to Anil, rupees 11,200. I mean, sold goods to Anil on credit basis. This transaction will appear or will enter in the sales book. On 25th, Anil returned goods. This is the sales return transaction. It is entered in a sales return book. On 27th, purchased goods from Amar, rupees 20,000 at a 5% discount. Purchased goods from Amar amounted to rupees 20,000 and given 5% discount. This transaction is related with the purchases of goods on credit from Amar with a discount of 5%. It should be entered in purchaser's book. On 28th, bought goods from Sonu, rupees 12,200. I mean, purchased the goods from Sonu supplier. This transaction recorded in purchaser's book. And 29th, return outwards to Amar. Return outwards to Amar, rupees 1,600. Already purchased goods from Amar, some goods have been returned to Amar on 29th by preparing the debit note. This transaction recorded in purchaser's return book. On 30th, return inwards from Anu, rupees 600. You have sold goods to Anu, but Anu returned goods on 30th January. This transaction entered in sales return book. This is regarding the brief explanation of the transactions which have been given in the problem and with in which book you are going to enter these transactions correctly and properly. Next, we shall move on to the preparation of the subsidiary books. The first subsidiary book is going to be prepared by us, that is purchaser's book. It is also called as purchaser's journal. Draft the layout of the purchase book. Write up the columns with the headings and then enter all the transactions which are going to be recorded in purchaser's book. Draft the layout of the purchaser's book. Write up the heading purchaser's book and follow the date column. Enter the date 2020 January 5th. Goods purchased from Ravi Tej amounted to rupees 7,500. Write up the supplier name Ravi Tej, amount rupees 7,500. Next, on April 8, goods purchased from Anil Traders amounted to rupees 15,200. Write up the date 8. Write the supplier's name on particulars column. Anil Traders, amount rupees 15,200. On 27th, bought goods from Amar amounted to rupees 20,000 at a discount of 5%. Date 27. Write the name of the supplier Amar. Total value of goods 20,000 less discount at the rate given in the transaction, that is 5%. 5% on total value 20,000 comes to rupees 1,000. This 1,000 deducted from total value rupees 20,000 and enter the net value on the amount column rupees 19,000. And on 28th January, Sonu supplied goods to us. I mean, we have purchased goods from Sonu amounted to rupees 12,200. Write up the date 28. Supplier's name Sonu, amount rupees 12,200. After entering all the transactions which have been related with the purchaser's book, next you are going to make the total of the amount column. Write up the total. The total amount of purchases book amounts to rupees 53,900. The purchases book has already been prepared. Secondly, or subsequently, you have to prepare purchases return book. Again, recall your memory, the specimen of the purchases returns book, how to prepare it. Then go with the headings in the particular columns, draft the layout of the purchases return book and enter all those transactions which are going to be recorded in purchases return book. Date column is to be followed. 2020 January 12th, goods returned to Ravi Tej. You have been already purchased goods from Ravi Tej. Some goods have been returned. The supplier's name is to be entered in particulars column Ravi Tej, amount rupees 900. And on January 20th, goods returned to Anil Traders. The supplier's name is Anil Traders and the amount of goods returned is rupees 2,400. Next, on 29th, goods returned to Amar or a debit note to Amar, rupees 1,600. Date 29, supplier's name Amar, for whom the goods have been returned, amount rupees 1,600. Again, after entering all the purchase return transaction in purchase return book, make out the total of the amount column. That total comes to rupees 4,900. This is the preparation of the purchases return book. Purchases book, purchases returns book already prepared. Next, we will prepare sales journal or sales book. Again, draft the format of the sales journal. Enter the columns with the headings and record the transactions which have been already given in the problem. Write up the title sales book. Enter the date on date column 2020 January 1st. In the problem, very first transaction is related with the sale of goods on credit to Tara. This transaction will record in sales book. Write the date January 1st. Write the customer's name Tara, amount rupees 15,000. Next, on 15th, sold goods on credit to Anu. Enter the date 15, write the customer name Anu, the value of sales is rupees 8,400, it is recorded in amount column. Next, on 23rd, sold goods to Anil on credit 11,200, date 23, customer name Anil, amount rupees 11,200. After recording all the credit sales transactions in the sales book, summate the amount column. I mean, total up the amount column, write the total. The total comes to rupees 34,600. Now, the preparation of sales book has been over. Next, subsequently, we have to prepare sales return book. Draft the layout of the sales return book, enter the columns with the particular headings, then go through the transactions which have been given in the problem. That is, on January 25th, Anil returned goods. The goods which have been sold to Anil on 8th January, some goods have been returned from Anil to us. That transaction entered in sales return book. Write up the date January 25th. Customer name is Anil, for whom the goods have been returned rupees 1,800. Then on 30th January, there is a return inwards from Anu amounted to rupees 600, date January 30, customer name Anu, amount rupees 600. Repeat the total of the amount column. The total comes to rupees 1,800 plus 600, 2,400. When the problem has been asked for 12 marks in the examination, there is no doubt all of you have to prepare the 4 subsidiary book: sales book, sales return book, purchase book and purchases returns book. ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಮತ್ತು ಕಲಿಕೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಇದು ಒಂದು ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸರಳ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿಯ ಅಕೌಂಟನ್ನು ಓಪನ್ ಮಾಡುವ ಪ್ರಮೇಯ ಬರೋದಿಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳೇ. ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ಆಯಾ ಬುಕ್ಕಿನ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟನ್ನು ಕಲಿತು ಆ ಫಾರ್ಮ್ಯಾಟನ್ನು ಬರೆದುಬಿಟ್ಟು ಯಾವ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ ಯಾವ ಬುಕ್ಕಿನಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನ್ನ ಓದ್ಕೊಂಡು ಅದನ್ನು ಗ್ರಹಿಕೆ ಮಾಡಿಕೊಂಡು ಆ ಟ್ರಾನ್ಸಾಕ್ಷನನ್ನು ಪ್ರತ್ಯೇಕವಾಗಿ ಆಯಾ ಸಬ್ಸಿಡರಿ ಬುಕ್ಕಲ್ಲಿ ನಮೂದಿಸಿ ನೀವು ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ತಯಾರು ಮಾಡಿದಲ್ಲಿ ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆಯಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ 12ಕ್ಕೆ 12 ಅಂಕಗಳನ್ನು ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ 1 ಅಂಕವು ಆ ಉತ್ತರದಿಂದ ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಡಿಮೆ ಆಗುವುದಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ 12ಕ್ಕೆ 12 ಅಂಕಗಳು ಸಿಗುತ್ತೆ ಅಂದರೆ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಉತ್ತರ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಈ ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ಮೇಲೆ ನೀಟಲ್ಲಿ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದೇವೆ ಆ ರೀತಿ ನಿಮ್ಮ ಉತ್ತರ ಬಹಳ ಚೆನ್ನಾಗಿ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡಿದಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ 12ಕ್ಕೆ 12 ಅಂಕಗಳು ದೊರೆಯುತ್ತವೆ. ಪರೀಕ್ಷೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಕಲಿಕೆ ದೃಷ್ಟಿಯಿಂದ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಸರಳವಾದ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯ. ಇದನ್ನು ನೀವು ಕಲೀಲೇಬೇಕು. ಇದನ್ನು ಕಲಿತಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ 12 ಅಂಕಗಳು ಅಥವಾ 12 + 6 18 ಅಂಕಗಳು ಸಿಗುವ ಒಂದು ಅವಕಾಶ ಇರ್ತದೆ. ಹಾಗಾಗಿ ಈ 12 ಮಾರ್ಕಿನ ಲೆಕ್ಕದೊಂದಿಗೆ ಉತ್ತರವನ್ನು ಪ್ರಸ್ತುತಪಡಿಸಿದ್ದೇನೆ. ಎಲ್ಲ ವಿದ್ಯಾರ್ಥಿಗಳಿಗೂ ಸರಳವಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥವಾಗಿದೆ ಅಂದ್ಕೊಂಡ್ಬಿಟ್ಟು ನಾನು ಈ ಅಧ್ಯಾಯಕ್ಕೆ ಪೂರ್ಣ ವಿರಾಮವನ್ನು ಹೇಳ್ತೇನೆ. ಧನ್ಯವಾದಗಳು.